10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good luck, studio.
And now, another really exciting episode of the Shy Life podcast.
Oh, it's the Shy Life podcast.
All I wanted was a pie, and then I hatched out of an egg.
Okay, bring the mic over. He's ready to record.
It's the quiet ones you've got to watch, you know.
Is it metaphorical? Is it deep? Is it deep?
Boy, he's not all that shy is right.
Blimey, Governor, it's the Shy Life podcast.
Excellent.
196, 196, 586, 586, 586, 586.
Bonjour et bienvenue au podcast The Shy Life.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Shy Life podcast with me, Paul the Shy Yeti. How you doing? I'm all right. It's good to be back. So what's this episode going to be about? Well, it's a bit of a mystery, actually. One that Cromitty dragged me into, involving Yeti Uncle John. Yes, Yeti Uncle John and mysteries are no stranger, as you well know, dear listener, I'm sure. But anyway, let's run the theme music when we come back. I'll explain a little more. Okay, run that theme music.
Darling, it's the Shy Life podcast.
Yes, but it's supposed to be thing. The highlights, the Shy Life.
You won't find a cast of characters like this everywhere.
Hello, Paul.
I'll go anywhere for a potato.
Delicious.
Hello, captors. How are you?
You quite like a big bang, don't you, Paul?
Go Shy Yeti.
Oh, I hope he hasn't found out my secret. Do you think he has?
If you thought that was bad, just listen to this.
Yeah, I'm strangely drawn to Yeti Uncle John's ankles as well.
But has the Shy Life podcast slowed down? I don't think so.
It's all gooey and greasy and yum.
Has anyone seen my hot sausage?
Oh, I can't wait for it to begin.
It's the Shy Life podcast.
I like that. Yeah. Hello.
Hey, Deals. Are you come to join us? Have you? Oh, well, you're the star of the show, aren't you, Mouse? Hey? Star of the show? You're the one with all the looks. I don't know. It's difficult. It's difficult being Dealey and only being on an audio format. But you look so handsome. You usually play to your looks, don't you, mate? Hey? Oh, he's a funny creature. A darling boy. So, yes, where was I? Cromitty's with us. Hello, Paul. Hello, Dealey. Yes. So, how are we going to explain what occurred? Well, Paul, it was all quite a mystery, all quite a, I don't like to say too much. No, we probably ought not to say too much. We don't want to spoil anything. But, what occurred? What occurred? Well, it involved Yeti Uncle John. Yes. And, well, I was at home. I don't know where you were. I'm not sure where I was either. Maybe it was one of the times when I was down at my parents' or something. It wasn't that long ago now. No, Paul, no. But anyway, you weren't around. I was in the house and Yeti Uncle John was in the house. And he was in your room. And I could hear him speaking to somebody. Ah, yes. But, well, I could only hear him speaking, like the one side of the conversation. Yes. I'm surprised you could even hear that if the door was closed. Yes, the door was closed. But you pressed your ear right up close. Well, yes, maybe I did. I'm sure you did. Well, Yeti Uncle John was talking to somebody. It was clearly somebody that, there was a potential boyfriend or girlfriend or, I don't know, robot friend. Does Yeti Uncle John date robots? I wouldn't put it past him. Yeti Uncle John dates everyone. I mean, he potentially dates everyone. Yeah. I guess you're not wrong there. So, without being too nosy, what was it you heard? Well, it was something like this. You know, it's quite a privilege to know you. I mean, when I say privilege, I mean it's an erotic delight. It's quite quite something. I mean, I don't know what it is about you, but you just give me a real feeling of I don't know. It's like magnetism, animal magnetism, like a badger with a magnet attached, something like that. And yeah, I can't help myself. I just look at you. I mean, your body, your head, your nose, your eyes, your ears, your lips, your teeth, your neck. I could go on, but I better not. It just sends me. It just drives me crazy, and well, I don't know. There really is no one like you. Nobody at all. I must stop myself. I'm getting all worked up. Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that's quite enough, Cromitty. Oh, Paul, I think it's quite enough too. I think I moved my ear away at that point. But you had no idea who he was talking to? Well, no. No, he didn't say a name. I couldn't hear the other caller at all. I know the door was closed, but I guess he had the phone pressed close to his ear. Yeah. Well, what did you do after that? Did you confront him? Did you ask who it was? No, I did anything but that, and I didn't hear about it for a day or so, which does make me think it must have been when I was at my parents'. Yes, well, I did speak to some of the other regulars. Ah, right, yes. Who did you speak to first? Well, I spoke to Eek. I thought Eek might know something. Those two can be quite close. Yes, they have been quite close at times. And what did Eek say? Something like this.
What? Is Uncle John with a partner? A lover, you say? A beau?
Oh, yes, I think so. I heard him speaking in the flat. He had the door closed, but I could hear. Yeti Uncle John, he never whispers.
No, he never whispers. No, I think I can send him to the other end of the spaceship, in one of the storerooms, and have the door closed, and be sitting in the lounge, and still hear every word. No, Yeti Uncle John, he does not whisper.
He does not whisper. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't feel I can ask. He has not mentioned this Beau to me.
Well, he's not mentioned him or her or whatever to me either. I'm sorry, Cromitty, I have nothing to add. Have you spoken to the magpies?
I haven't spoken to the magpies, no. I don't seem to have quite mastered their language yet. I thought I knew, what certain squawks mean, but not enough to have a conversation.
Yes. Well, I probably could work out what they were saying, but they don't like me much. If I come close, they just squawk all the more. I think I might scare them.
Oh, I'm sure it's not that. They're just, magpies.
I suppose it's my beauty. They're just jealous of it.
Yes. I think that's probably the answer.
Well, it is a mystery, though. If you find out who this mystery lover of Yeti Uncle John's is, then please let me know. I'd be fascinated.
I will do, Ig. I will. I will. So it couldn't help. I guess did you call Martin? Yes, I called Martin. I called Martin next, actually. Okay. Yes, it was something like this.
Yeti Uncle John with a mystery lover? Well now, that's exciting. Who are they?
Well, I don't know. I heard them speaking on the phone. Well, I heard Yeti Uncle John speaking on the phone.
Oh. And what did Yeti Uncle John say?
I've not actually confronted him about it. I guess it's not my business, but, I mean, that doesn't mean to say I shouldn't sort of investigate behind the scenes. Because, well, you know, Yeti Uncle John, he's one of the household, and I'm a nosy Parker. That's what it is.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, Cromitty. I think it's quite natural to want to know who one of your best friends is dating, you know, if they're dating and, you know, why they're keeping it such a secret. I think many books could be written about the dalliances of Yeti Uncle John over the years.
I'm sure it's true. Oh, well, you know, I do worry about him, that's all.
Oh, Cromitty, we understand. You know, at one point we thought you and Yeti Uncle John would end up as a couple.
Oh, I don't think that would ever have happened. Yes, Yeti Uncle John likes me. Yes, he enjoys the flirtation, and he always likes hearing how handsome he is. From anybody, really. But I don't think he's ever been serious about me. I'm not his typical type, you know, the glamorous starlet. If I was 30 years younger, maybe.
Well, Cromitty, Yeti Uncle John's hardly a spring chicken himself.
Oh, spring chicken. Sometimes when he puts that cologne on, he smells a bit like a spring chicken.
Oh yeah, I think I know the cologne you mean. It's a strange one, that.
Yes, but it works for him. It really works for him.
I suppose so. Well, anyway. Well, I'm sure we'll all learn what's going on. Just a minute, let me ask Mum.
Oh, okay. Mum?
Oh, yes, my darling, what's going on? Do you know anything about Yeti Uncle John's love life? Darling, what do you mean? In general or specifically? Well, now. Do you know if he's seeing anybody? Well, I don't, my darling. No, I don't know. I don't know anything, I'm afraid. That's okay. It's just that Cromitty thinks he's dating somebody. Heard him speaking to someone, but couldn't work out who, and it's a mystery. Oh, really? Oh, I'd be interested in finding out about that. I mean, he has dalliances and flirtations, but I've never known him to go out with anybody. I mean, like, properly. Yeah, well, that's kind of what we were saying. I mean, yeah, maybe an actual partner, a Beau, that's quite a step forward for him. Who are you talking to, my darling? I'm just talking to Cromitty. It's Cromitty that heard him. Oh, yes, sorry, yes. Oh, Cromitty. Can you hear me, darling?
Yes, I can hear you. I think we're on speakerphone.
Oh, you're not getting yourself upset, are you? You feel close to Yeti Uncle John. I must say, I've had feelings. I've had feelings for him myself over the years.
Oh, yes. Well, I know he does very much like you and your Sunday roasts.
Oh, yes, I know. He's a darling boy, but, I don't think either of us would ever have, got him to settle down. Well, it sounds like maybe he might be settling down.
I don't know about that, Martin. I mean, he was just talking to somebody, telling them what a good reaction they had on him, and it would be a jump to say that it was anything committed or long-term, but I'm still curious. I'm still nosy.
Well, good on you, Cromitty. A bit of nosiness doesn't hurt anybody. It's no different than watching Love Island or Big Brother or one of them programs. It's our own little version of Love Island. Just one centered around Yeti Uncle John.
Oh, yes, I suppose so. I don't know those programs.
I wouldn't bother, mate. Still, since Neighbours finished, Mum and I a little bit at a loss of what to watch. Oh, darling, don't mention Neighbours. Don't mention Neighbours. Martin, I'm still very sad about it coming to an end. Oh, I love that last episode. It was brilliant and marvellous. Oh, Scott and Charlie came back and... It's okay, Mum. It's okay. We can go back and watch all the old episodes online.
Oh, goodness, Tallulah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cause you upset. Paula's a big Neighbours fan as well.
Oh, I know. Oh, we've talked about it. We've cried together. Oh, I was watching episode 1.
Gosh, I don't even think Paula's watched this episode 1.
Well, anyway, better let you go, Cromitty.
Oh, yes, okay. Goodbye for now. I'm so sorry, Tallulah. If you want to borrow Paul's Sons and Daughters box sets, you'd always be welcome.
Oh, Sons and Daughters. That was good. Oh, yes, I might take you up on that.
Oh, please do.
All right, Cromitty, speak to you soon.
Yes, goodbye. Bye for now. I'll keep you updated.
Oh, thanks.
Gosh. Yes. Tallulah and I have indeed discussed the end of Neighbours. We have cried together. It's very emotional for us. I mean, it's emotional when any TV programme you love finishes. If you feel that it's still, strong. For the last few years, Neighbours had been as good as it ever was, and well, I miss it. But yes, if Tallulah wants to borrow Sons and Daughters, she's more than welcome. I've also got Prisoner Cell Block H, but I'm surprised she hasn't got copies of those herself. She's very much a one-soap girl. I mean, I watch Home and Away as well, so at least I've still got that, but I think she was Neighbours and Neighbours alone for 37 years. A bit like my mum. She never watched any other soap, just Neighbours. She watched it for sort of escapist reasons, because it was always sunny, and actually one of the last episodes it was raining, but there we go. I keep telling her she should watch Home and Away because it's set on the beach, and there's even more nice sort of locations. But anyway, Tallulah and my mum have a lot in common, actually. But yes, Paul, this isn't a Neighbours podcast. No, sorry, we've rather got off the track. So you still hadn't found out anything about what was going on with Yeti Uncle John? Well, no, nothing at all. Nobody seemed to know anything about it. It just perhaps suggests that it was something new. Yes. Maybe something that had just emerged that week, or I don't know. Yeah. Did you speak to anybody else? I spoke to Toppy Smelly. Oh yes. And what did Toppy say? Well, have a listen. All right.
Hey, Toppy, it's me, Cromitty. I just wanted to give you a call.
Oh, Cromitty, hey, what's going on?
Well, I just wanted to know your advice. Well, I wanted to ask some advice.
Oh, okay. I'll do my best.
Well, have you heard much about Yeti Uncle John recently?
The last time I talked to him, he was working on one of those 1,000-piece puzzles or something like that. But it's been a while.
You don't know whether he has a new mysterious lover, do you? I don't mean to gossip. It's just, well, nobody seems to know anything about it, and yet, well, I overheard him talking to somebody the other day, and well, I just wonder if you knew anything about it.
Whoa, a new Beau? Oh, I mean, no, I hadn't heard this. He's not breathed a word about it to me.
Well, maybe it's just me imagining it. I think I'm going to have to investigate more. The way they were talking, it was... I only really heard Yeti Uncle John's side of the conversation, so and I was off in the other room. Well, I admit I had my ear pressed up to the door, but I was just curious. And when he emerged from the room, he just laughed and said it was nothing. I mean, I didn't directly ask him, but I just sort of tried to find out what was going on, and he just poo-pooed me.
He's doing this a little on the sly then.
Well, it's not like he's seeing anyone, but you know what Yeti Uncle John is like. He's a bit of a a gigolo, I suppose is the word.
Yeah. Wow.
But, well, I'm sorry to bother you with it. I just wanted to ask. I'm just asking around. I don't want to confront him, but maybe I will just have to.
Okay. Well, you know what to do best, I guess. Yeah.
I'm sorry to bother you. Anyway, I better go. You've been very helpful.
Okay. All right. Well, anytime I can help, Crumity. All right.
Okay.
Just give me a call.
Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye for now.
All right.
So Toppy knew nothing either. Toppy didn't know anything, no. Oh, goodness me. I was at a loss. Could have just gone and asked him. I'm surprised Martin didn't just ring up. I don't know. You two, you and your Uncle John, you're close friends. Close friends ask about these sorts of things. I know, but because I've been listening at the door with my ear pushed to the keyhole, I suppose I felt a little bit bad, because he'd obviously, was trying to have a private call with the door closed, and, so you talked to Ick, you talked to Martin, to Lula, talked to, Toppy. Why would Toppy have known? Toppy doesn't even live in the area. Yes, but his Uncle John respects him. I guess so. There's a name missing. At least one name missing. Yes. Do you mean Bettina? Yes. Did you call... Dills. Did they speak to you? I did not speak to Dealey. Well, Dealey might have known. Dealey, you might have known what your Uncle John was doing. Huh? Yeah? Yeah. Because you're always listening. Dealey's a real curtain twitcher. He knows everything that's going on in the house. So you didn't speak to Dealey. Did you speak to Cuthbert? I did not speak to Cuthbert either. Well, the two people who are always there, sitting in the corner of the room, quietly listening, and you didn't speak to them. They're probably the two people that... do you know anything, Dealey? Well, look, maybe we could talk to Cuthbert in a bit. I guess we could speak to Cuthbert, but anyway, I need to tell you about Bettina. Oh yes, you spoke to Bettina. Kills. What do you know? I thought you said you didn't know anything. Oh, you want to know. You're curious. Oh, Dealey's curious. We're all curious, Deals. Oh, the lovely Deals. So much a part of the family. He is? Of course he is. He's the patriarch of the family. Aren't you, Bubs? Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Property. So what did Bettina say? Well, have a listen.
Oh my goodness, darling, this is exciting news. Yeti Uncle John's got a secret bow. August, Yeti Uncle John's got a secret bow. Oh, that's nice, darling. I'm very glad to hear it. I'm busy painting, though. Oh, darling, I'm sorry.
Willa, I don't mean to interrupt. I was kind of hoping that you would already have known about it and might have something you could tell us.
No, darling, this is all news to me. Yeti Uncle John with a secret lover. Oh, how exciting. Oh, my week's been very dull, and this really has made my day. Oh, golly. What can you tell me?
Well, I can't tell you much at all. I just overheard him talking. But the door was closed and I could not hear the other voice, so I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, golly, well, you need to keep listening, dear. Or you could just ask, but I know that's not as much fun.
No, I mean, I kind of like the fact that I know something and he doesn't know that we all know now. And I feel like maybe I should follow him when he leaves the flat. Follow him to a bar or a restaurant, see who it is that he meets.
Oh, darling, so glamorous. So much more exciting than just asking outright.
I know. That's the boring way. I want to find out through, detection and through creeping around and maybe looking at his diary or something.
Yes, darling. Reading his diary, bugging the phone. Not so easy these days with mobile phones. Difficult to know where to stick the bug.
Yes. In the old days, you could stick it in a handset, but when everyone used the same phone, but it's so much harder with mobile phones.
Yes, darling. Well, if I can think of anything to help you. Disguises, darling. I can help you with disguises. I've got plenty of disguises. Probably only, disguises that are sort of more appropriate to myself. But if you don't mind dressing up as a glamorous American socialite, then, I have the shoulder pads for you, darling. And a big, floppy, red felt hat.
Sounds marvellous. I'm not sure if I want to dress up. I'm not sure. It does appeal in a way. But let me get back to you. I need to speak to Paul.
All right, darling. Well, I rely on you to update us on the story.
Yes. I'm sorry to bother you, Bettina.
Oh, no, not at all. As I say, you've made my day. Oh, I just want to know more. I'll help you out if you want. Oh, gosh. How exciting.
Oh, yes. How exciting. So I was the last person to hear about it all, but there's no point in recapping that. You did call me. I was still away. Yes, I did call you, and I hadn't like to bother you. Yes. I didn't realise Bettina told you to bug the phones or read his diary or to dress in a disguise. Well, I'm still considering some of these options. You can't read his personal diary. Well, I'm not even sure he keeps one. He was going to write that book, wasn't he? That never got published. Oh, yes, the biography. But that was more of a biography of the Shy Life podcast. Yeah, I don't think he's a diary keeper. Unlike you, Paul. Well, the 1990 diary. Yeah, that's just... that's the only time I ever kept a diary really in any detail. But... Anyway, more of that soon, listeners. It's going to take us about 5 years to get through 1 year, but there we go. Oh, Paul. So, where are we now? Well, we're no further on. I haven't heard him speaking on the phone. I haven't tried to follow him. Well, as much as I'm not sure about the whole matter, maybe it's time to actually do something. But not ask him outright. I don't know. I'm too embarrassed to ask him outright. Maybe you're right. Maybe we do need to follow him, or something, and sort of just happen to walk in the same cafe when he's sitting there having his dinner date with his new beau. That would be, in a way, easier to explain than having to admit that we've been listening into his phone calls, or you have. Yes, Paul. Well, let's talk about it. Let's think about it. Let's talk about it. Let's think about it. But first, listeners, I think it's time for a Sutton Park clip. I mean, we've got enough drama in this house, but here's even more drama. From 25 years ago or around that. I mean, we might as well just give you more drama. More and more. Pile it on. Oh, yes, Paul. Pile on the drama. Yes, pile on the drama. So here we are. Some Sutton Park clips, listeners. When we come back, we may have made a decision as to what we do next. As far as trying to find out about Yeti Uncle John's exciting love life. Dear, oh dear. It's very exciting. Have a listen.
Here we are again, nearly at the library now. Francois stormed off. Francois, or whoever he is really. Anyway, seems to have sorted that matter out. Got to face it themselves now, I'm afraid. Anyway, what I forgot to mention was that this Saturday it's the Derby. The Saturday coming up, yeah. And well, basically, sounds like, because it was Cam's birthday, he's got quite a bit of money left around. He's going to have a big bet. So basically, I think what he's doing is going to choose the horse. He's going to put the money on, and then he's going to reveal. He's going to write the name down first. He's not going to tell me, but he's going to write it down, and he's going to. Apparently, if we win, he's going to pay. He's got to go on holiday. He wants to go and see some, race courses and stuff, and he said to take me along for the company. So, I hope he wins. Looks like I could get a free holiday out of it. Anyway, yes, I suppose I better go back to work. I'll see you soon. Well, soon I don't know, but soon. Still no sign of Basil, by the way. There we go. Anyway, see ya. I don't understand that child sometimes, I really don't. Two as bad as each other. Living in a little fantasy world, I think. Oh dear. Well, I was saying they saw somebody murdered. It's not something to be taken lightly. What if they did? I think you'll find, dear, that it's only a product of their imagination. It's a little game. Never mind. We'll soon learn the truth. I'm so glad about your news. So glad. I don't know why they behave like that. What do you think? I mean, perhaps they don't want us to get married. Perhaps that's what it is. It's some way of causing as much trouble as possible. I don't know. Again, they've been through a lot, what with Zanzibar and stuff. We must better keep an eye on them, or I think not let them wander off so far. My Valgar's having a good word with them. Hopefully, you'll better work out what's wrong. I don't see it can be anything to do with the marriage. I mean, they've not even heard our plans. I can't see. Oh, I don't know. I just don't understand them. I really don't.
So they're not getting engaged anymore. They're getting married straight away. How soon? That's brilliant. That's just great news, Owen. That's great. I thought it might take ages to sort itself out, but looks like it's all going to go ahead. It's good news. Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. Great,
Yes, well, yes, it is good news. I imagine it'll be a few days, a week maybe. I'll have to inform everybody. I've already called overseas to Crispin, and anyway, you're changing the subject. I want to know what you meant when you said that somebody had been murdered. Who did you see?
Oh, it was nothing.
What do you mean it was nothing? You came in saying that you'd seen it, and suddenly you shut up. What did you see?
Nothing. No, it was really nothing. And we saw nothing at all. And it must have been imagination whilst we were playing the game, and it was so lifelike that I believed it and stuff. And, I've got to go now, Valgard. Come on, Owen.
I'd like to believe it really was a game, but I think you did see something. I think they did. I think they saw something, and now they're too scared to tell. Something that changed when they entered the room. Something they saw. Something they saw. Meanwhile, elsewhere... No. Abaddon. Stay back. Stay back. And you will stop. You should know better. Horner, have you got any results for those tests yet? Horner? Yes, I have. Well, what did they say? Well, to tell you the truth, Mummy, I'm really not quite sure what to make of them. What do you mean you're not... What do you mean you're not sure what to make of them? I do not understand. What did they say? Was the results clear? Was the stuff that he touched non-toxic? What that is all we need to know? Just a minute, Mummy. Cool. According to these results, the things that he touched, he didn't even pick it. There's no known substance that matches it, is what I'm trying to say. how can I explain? What he touched, it wasn't a toxin that the computer even recognised. I mean, I don't know, maybe Von Hellman's equipment's damaged, but I think the only thing we can do is, because I can't make head nor tail of his results, we're going to have to try and locate Tremaine. I think the trouble is the only way we're contacting him is probably via Paul. I don't want to alert Paul to any danger or make him worried at all. It might be totally harmless. Let's just hope that Tremaine isn't, over this side, around, nearby, not doing some research somewhere. I just don't know what to make of it, that's all. That's all I can say. I don't know what to make of it. It's probably totally harmless, but it's baffling, quite baffling.
Oh. No, I do hope so. So we'll have to leave the park and find him. Ask his advice, he'll know.
Well, I certainly hope so. I hope so. If anyone's going to find an answer, it's him. Meanwhile, elsewhere, in the library of Gordon Garton Ramsey's mother's house.
This is about Bellegarde. I mean, what do you think? I mean, what do you really think? Are they just making it up? Deliberately trying to cause trouble? I mean, can you work it out? Does it make any sense to you whatsoever?
I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. I do think that they saw something in the woods. They did see something, but now they're for some reason too scared to mention it.
Well, you don't think they're making it up then?
No. They came in, I'm trying to think. They came in, they were saying what had happened, and they stopped. As if they... I'm worried. I'm concerned that they've seen something and they won't speak it.
What could they have seen? I mean, what could they have seen which would have caused them to be, to react the way they did? We came in the room. We were about to tell them the news about the wedding. Well, we were about to tell you the news about it. And there was only me, you, and oh my God.
Her stepmother.
His stepmother was there.
What exactly? If only we could get out of them what they saw. I don't understand it, but it's got to be something to do with her, isn't it? You think perhaps they saw her... They saw her murdering somebody? It's a bit far-fetched to me, but... who knows? We must find them. Come on.
Oh, Jay, what are we going to do? What we saw? I mean, how can she still be here? How can she still be here when we saw her murdered? Oh, no. Oh, no. Maybe she must not have died. She must have recovered. He must not have killed her properly. But oh.
So, children, you saw me in the woods then?
No.
Yes, you did. Do not lie to me. No, Zanzibar did not kill me, although he wanted to. But you, children, you know too much. I'm afraid I'm going to have to hypnotize you. Come here. You must forget what you saw. You must forget. You must forget.
Paul, quick, come listen. What? Cromitty? I was just trying to have a nap. Paul, it's not time for naps. It's not time for naps at all. Come and have a listen. To what? To Yeti Uncle John. He's talking with his mysterious Beau again. Oh, is he? Yes, come on. He's in your bedroom. In my bedroom? Yes, with the door closed. Well, what's he doing in there? Well, you know, he's talking to his mysterious Beau. Yeah. Oh, well, come on, I guess we should listen. Yes, we should. Come on. I'm not sure I agree with pushing our ears to the keyhole. Well, why ever not? No, to be fair, you're right. There's no reason at all. He's in my bedroom, and we want to hear all the gossip. Well, be careful what you wish for, Cromitty. Who knows what we're going to end up hearing? I know. I'm excited. Come on. Careful now. Quiet. Yes. Come on. Well, you know, I don't like to, you know, go too much over the top, but you're incredible, and I really, I don't know, I don't quite know how to tell you. It makes me feel quite emotional. You know, you just have a way about you that, it gives me the shivers. It's rarely that I meet somebody that I feel quite so strongly about. You know, you're incredible. You do things to me. It's just unbelievable. I really Paul. Oh no! Quick! Let's go. Who's that? Hello, who's that? Yeti Uncle Johnny, it's just me. I was just organising something and I've just gone and dropped it. Sorry. Were you on a phone call? What? Yeah. Oh, yes. Sorry, you made me jump. I didn't know anybody was in the house. Yes, we're both in the house. Oh, dear, creeping around out there. I'm terribly sorry. Please go on with your phone call. No, it's fine. Oh, dear. Oh, you nearly gave me a heart attack. We're terribly sorry. Paul knocked something over. Yes, it's just things that are in this little cupboard here, and anyway. I suppose we'll leave you to it. What are you doing in my bedroom anyway? He's making a phone call, Paul, I told you. Yes. Sorry, Paul, is that all right? I just needed a bit of privacy. No, that's fine. You know. Of course, I guess you can't go and make phone calls in the Magpie Hut. Too noisy. Yes, much too noisy, yes. Cromitty, go and put the tea on. Yes, Paul. Then you and Yeti Uncle John might like to have a chat. Well, we could all have a chat. Yes, but I have things to do in the laboratory, so I might have to let you two chat by yourselves. Chat, Paul? What do you want to chat about? You know, things. Oh, is it about the taxi service? You want to book a taxi? Yes. I mean, I think, next time I go to Salisbury to see my parents, I think rather than scrabbling around on the train, you know, obviously I have to get a train from Woking, but getting the train from here, it can be a bit of a nightmare because of those steep steps and heavy bags. So I think that maybe a taxi to Woking Station would be the best idea because, plenty of time, no rushing. Yes, Paul, I'm sure we can arrange that. I mean, if you really want it, if it's really easier, I'll do you a mate's rate on, I'll drive you to your parents in my taxi. Well, that would be, how much would that cost? Oh, about 100 quid. Ooh, 100 quid. I mean, I don't think I could afford that, but my parents did say if, travelling by train was causing too much trouble because it's so busy on those trains. And what with my mobility issues, I really do need a seat. And they did say if the trains were becoming too difficult, then a taxi would be a possibility. But it's still a lot. I mean, 100 quid, even on mate rates. Oh, well, just think about it, Paul. I might be able to knock it down another tenner or something, but depends if I get a good welcome when I get down the other end. a meal or a bottle of wine or something. Yeah. But how did we get to this conversation? Yeah, you wanted to book a taxi. I wanted to book yes. I was saying to Cromitty not so long ago, whatever happened to your biography of the Charlotte podcast? Best not to discuss that at the moment. Having to go through some clearance issues. Oh, somebody's protesting about something you've written. There are one or two discrepancies, apparently. I know it's not you, Paul, but yeah, somebody isn't happy about what I've written about something or other, even though you did some editing work on the original draft. Yes, I did, but I only corrected inaccuracies. Yes, Paul, I accept that, and the version of the book that I was hoping to put out would have been your corrected manuscript. But even then, there are people who are disagreeing. Are there? Gosh, I must have missed something. Yes, well, maybe in this case, they're disagreeing with something that actually did happen. Oh, I suppose there is that possibility. Yeah. Also, are you still doing photography, Yeti Uncle John? I am still doing photography, yes. Also, art with magpies and just general magpie stuff. Did you need anything involving a magpie? I'm not at the moment. But photography-wise, I mean, I usually do a new logo for the Charlotte podcast, towards the start of the year. And although we're still in 2022, I will be needing a new logo relatively soon. I have the next theme tune already lined up because the person who composed it well in advance. Oh, very exciting. I could do you a new logo, Paul. I'm in two minds, though. Oh, yes. Well, I don't know whether I should go with a new photo or a mixture of new and old or completely older photos. I don't feel like I take a good photo anymore. I barely go outside. Oh, yes, well, you're certainly looking a bit older these days, Paul. A little bit more haggard. Thank you, Yeti Uncle John. So kind. Yes, I'm just telling the truth. I know. I barely take photos these days, and I'm not sure they're quite up to it. So maybe it's better to put a slightly older photo, one where I'm sort of looking more youthful. Just as long as it's not off some old Sutton Park episode. No, that's a little bit too youthful. Still. Well, we can talk about it. It sounds like a great idea, Paul. Yes, a new logo, a new photo. I'm sure Yeti Uncle John could take a very good photo, maybe in black and white. Yeah, I'm not sure if logos ought to be in colour, though. Black and white's all very well. Maybe for the back of a book or something. But, I'm sure we can come up with something, Paul. Maybe you can go for a spa treatment before I take the photo. Possibly. I can do that, Paul. I have magic in my fingers. Oh, he actually does. He gives a good massage to Cromitty. Oh, thank you, Yeti Uncle John. Are you still on for your next one week on Tuesday? Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Paul, just think about it. We'll talk about it again. All right. Yes, well, Paul. I've made you all teas. I've left them in the kitchen. I didn't know where you want them, and I'm going down to the laboratory. You and Yeti Uncle John can keep talking. Okay, Cromitty. We'll keep talking. Yes, please do. What's wrong with him? What's he on about? Yeti Uncle John. You know how the Charlotte podcast is quite a gossipy place. Ultimately, we do have lots of close friendships, but, we tell each other everything, except that when we don't. And that kind of often annoys the people who don't know. Well, I think everyone's allowed a secret. Yeah. But, look, this wasn't me, this was Cromitty. He overheard you having a conversation with a Beau. With a Beau? Yes, a Beau. You were talking to somebody and you were you were heaping them with praise, saying how wonderful they were. Apparently it was quite sexy in places. Oh, good. Well, what was Cromitty doing listening in on my private conversations? I don't know. I think he got his ear stuck in the keyhole or something. Oh, got his ear stuck in the keyhole. Yeah, well, whether or not he should have been listening, he did listen. And now everybody wants to know about your mysterious Beau. What do you mean, everybody? Well, of course, he's been telling people, hasn't he? He told me, then he told, I don't know, Ick and Martin and Tallulah and Bettina and August, and he's been asking around, does anyone know about Yeti Uncle John's mysterious Beau? Oh dear, what a load of old gossips you lot are. Yeah, well, we're curious, we're your friends. We want to know who you're seeing. It's very rare that you, are seeing one person, or you have dalliances, don't you? And you have trysts, and whatever the difference between a dalliance and a tryst is, I'm not sure. Yes, well, it's really nobody's business. It's nobody's business. All right. If you're not ready to tell us, we understand. But I suggest that perhaps you have conversations, I don't know, in your taxi, or you can't just go into my bedroom and have private conversations and not expect us to be listening. This is not a big flat, and sound carries. Yes. Come on, Yeti Uncle John. If you don't want to say a name, is everything going all right? Everything's going fine, Paul. Yes. It's good. Yes. It's very life-affirming. Is it life-affirming? That sounds very romantic. Yes, well, if you can't love yourself, then you've got to love somebody or something. Yeah, whatever. We're just curious. Well, I'll tell you when there's something to be told. I'm just, yes, it's private, Paul. All right, it's private, I understand. I'm sorry, have I upset you? No, Paul, I'm just glad to know that I'm surrounded by a load of old gossips, though. I should be much more careful in the future. Oh, come on, Yeti Uncle John. If it had been Cromitty talking to a Beau, then you'd have had your ear pressed up against the keyhole. Don't tell me you wouldn't. Oh, well, maybe. I mean, with Cromitty, it'd be such a rare occasion that, blimey. Well, it's quite a rare occasion with you, Yeti Uncle John. You're usually being a Lothario. A Lothario now, am I? Oh dear. I'm sorry. I'll leave you to drink your tea. Yes, please do. Oh dear. I'm sorry. Dear listeners, we've gone and done it now. And I don't know we've learned anything. We've just upset Yeti Uncle John. Come and follow me. I'm going to go and speak to Cromitty, and see what he has to say. Look, I think it's probably a good time for you to listen to either a Sutton Park clip or a quiz at this point. And then when we come back, I'll be with Cromitty. I'll update him on what I've learnt or what I haven't learnt, and maybe we can find some way to make it up to him. I don't know. Yeti Uncle John's really upset, I think. But if he will have private conversations in my bedroom, in a flat with sort of paper-thin walls, then these secrets are going to get out, aren't they? Rightly or wrongly, they're going to get out. People are going to hear them. Anyway, have a listen to this when we come back. But we'll try and work out how to, make it up to him. I do feel bad, really. Even though it's Cromitty who started this whole gossip thing. Anyway, right. Back in a moment. Have a listen.
Well, Paul, it sounds like you haven't found out that much at all. No, to be honest, I haven't. Still, I did sort of, apologise for sticking our noses into his private life. And, I blamed it all on you, basically, Cromitty. Oh, Paul, that's only fair. To be fair, it was, me who told everybody. But I kind of presumed that we were the last to know that if he was having some clandestine affair that everyone else would know, but we would not have heard. But in my defence, he was having the conversation and he was, talking very loudly, and it was so easy to hear him even before I put my ear up to the keyhole. I know, Cromitty, I know. Still, so he knows, and he's just having his tea, and I've drunk my tea. I've drunk mine, Paul. I did do a pot. If you want to get some more, let's go upstairs. I know you've got things to do down here, but well, yes, Paul. But that was kind of an excuse to keep out of the way. But now you've told him, I suppose it's fine if I ought to go and apologise as well. Yeah. Come on, let's go upstairs. Every time I see your face, I just think, how do you do it? How do you do it? I mean, you're one in a million. I mean, you not only are you gorgeous, but you're talented, and you've got the looks to go with it. And I don't know, you leave me starstruck and gobsmacked and all of them things. And I don't know. There's just nobody like you. There really is nobody like you, Yeti Uncle John. Yeti Uncle John, I'm very sorry. I was just what's going on? You bursted into this room. I was just talking. Yeti Uncle John, where's your phone? I've not got my phone with me. Oh, I think I understand now. He's staring at the mirror. Oh, and he's speaking to his reflection. Oh, look, it's not what it looks like. Is this what's been happening? I think you might have misunderstood this whole thing, Cromitty. I think I might have done. There is no mysterious Beau, is there, Yeti Uncle John? No, there isn't. You've been talking to your reflection. You've been telling yourself how handsome and sexy you are. Look, before anyone says anything more, I must say that this is something I was told to do. It's all part of something I'm doing. Is it now? But it's the truth. Well, yes, it's all about self-love. And, you got to love yourself before you love anybody else. Well, I mean, I thought you'd always been pretty good at that. Well, I'm doing a course, and it's part of the training. So, whether I'm good at it or not, I still had to follow the procedures. Did you now? You had to follow the procedures. Yes. It's all about self-affirmation and that sort of thing. Confidence. Oh, my goodness, Yeti Uncle John. You need to develop your confidence? I wouldn't have thought you did, Yeti Uncle John. I would have thought you're one of the most confident people I've ever met. Yeah, well, it's part of the training. It's all part of the training. I'm very embarrassed that you caught me in the middle of one of my mantras. In the middle of one of your mantras. Well, why didn't you just tell us about this before rather than perpetuate the myth that you had some mysterious lover? Well, because I quite like the sound of that. It sounded good. It sounded positive. It sounded intriguing. I began to think maybe, a mysterious Beau would be quite a good thing, something, to have, something to seek out. Oh, yes, well, I wouldn't think that it would take you long to find a mysterious lover. It's just a matter of keeping them beyond a few days. No, that's not very nice, Cromitty. But kind of true. Except, Cromitty, he kept you on a string for months. Oh, that's not very nice. No, but that is also true. Oh, dear. Look, we'll let you get on with your mantra. Sorry to, interrupt. But it looks like we've solved the mystery. Yes, the mystery is solved. Well, that's a relief. So, listeners, I think it's a good a time as any to say thank you for listening. That's what we've got time for. So we've got plenty of other episodes in the can, so we'll be back very soon. But, you take care. And, make sure you, practice self-love. Oh, Paul. Oh, yes, he's very positive. Self-affirmation. Self-affirmation, yes. Yeti, you're talented and gorgeous. Oh, Cromitty, I think that you are the best thing since Brigitte Bardot. Oh dear. That's not the way to do it. You got to look in the mirror. Okay, we'll look in the mirror. All right, listeners. Okay, bye-bye for now. Yes, goodbye for now. Yes, goodbye. Oh dear, I don't know. Can the Yeti Uncle John not get any privacy?
Have a mysterious Beau. But he is practicing self-affirmation. I'm surprised. He doesn't seem the sort of person who needs to develop his confidence. But there you go.
Oh, darling. Hello. I just heard the news about Yeti Uncle John. No mysterious Beau then. Oh, how disappointing. Still, at least he's practicing self-love, or whatever it is. Oh, gosh. Of all the people... I mean, goodness, Yeti Uncle John is sort of king of self-love, isn't he, darling? In the nicest possible way. I adore him, of course. Hello, it's me, Martin. Just heard about Yeti Uncle John. What have you been up to? It sounds like you called him out. Still, I guess what he's doing is good. It's sort of supposed to be good. Anyway, but why I had to make it such a mystery? Still, no more listening at keyholes, Cromitty. It only ends badly. All right. Tallulah sends the love, by the way. Oh, I'm sending my love. Yes, I am. Of course I am. Yes. Oh dear.
Hi, Toppy, it's me, Paul.
Hi.
Hi. I was just calling, sort of on the behalf of Cromitty. I think he called you the other day, didn't he?
Yes.
About Yeti Uncle John.
That was a weird conversation. Yeah. What is going on?
Well, we found out what the truth was. Yeti Uncle John doesn't have a mysterious lover or new Beau or whatever. At least we don't think he has. It would appear that what Cromitty heard, and I think some of the others also heard it at different times. Turns out it was Yeti Uncle John looking at his own reflection and telling himself how handsome he was, like a sort of motivational thing, and probably a vanity thing.
Oh my gosh! Really?
Yeah. And so he wasn't talking to anyone. Cromitty thought he was talking on a phone, but he was just looking at himself and speaking. I mean, I'd like to say he was learning lines from a script, but that isn't the case. It was. I did discuss it with him, and he says it was a motivational thing that he's doing, that he's thinking of turning into being a motivational speaker and a motivational trainer, and it's part of the training that he's doing. That's what he says.
Okay, well, you know what? That makes a little more sense to me than an actual Beau, because that sounds like him. Yeah.
But anyway, just wanted to explain to you what happened, and that's what happened.
Thanks, because Cromitty left me wondering there. Anyways, well, I'm glad you figured it out, and well, I don't know. Maybe this little plan of his will work.
Well, it's not the most harebrained scheme he's ever had, but I think he's thinking of doing it and linking it to the taxi service as well. So you come for a ride in the taxi, and whilst you're there, you can sit back and he'll give you some motivational speeches at the same time.
Perfect.
Oh dear, oh dear. It's very Yeti Uncle John.
Yes.
Anyway, I better go. I hope everything's okay with Tappy and the others.
They're doing all right. We're all busy. Thanks. Yeah. You guys take care over there.
Yeah, I'll speak to you soon.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Bye for now. Bye-bye. I gotta go now. Bye. I want to go with you. Gotta go. Bye.
Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
It's been good, but yeah, definitely time to come home now.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network. Find more shows over at pride48.com.
Oh dear, what's going on now? Oh, it's the Shy Life podcast.
Let's go.
I have a voice. I have a voice.
You have a voice.
You have a voice. We have a voice.
We have a voice.
Unique voices in podcasting.
UnivazPods.net.
Yeti Uncle John, have you forgiven us yet? Have I forgiven you? I mean, you didn't actually do anything, Paul. It was Cromitty that I'm cross with. He started this stupid rumour and it spread. None of it was true. I was doing my own private things. I know you were. And I admit, Cromitty shouldn't have been sticking his ear to the keyhole, but this flat isn't a place to have a private conversation. But, I mean, even with yourself. Yes, even with myself. Well, I couldn't do it in front of the magpies. That they'd sit on my shoulder and they'd be squeaking and cawing, and I can't get a moment's privacy. Perhaps you could have found a room in X place. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You're doing your own self-doodah, so perhaps do it when we're not in the house, if you're not happy about being overheard. Yes. You should try this, Paul. Yeah. You need more confidence. Actually, I was sent on a confidence course once at work. It was more to do with, when you're having to do sort of phone calls to companies, or, standing your ground, and I'm a librarian, not a, union worker or whatever. I didn't like that sort of thing, I must admit. But then when I went on the course, it was absolutely useless. It was. For why? Well, I met a lot of other people on the course who really had no confidence. I mean, literally had no confidence. I mean, it wasn't very much to do with sort of making phone calls to companies. It was more these poor people had got awful bosses who were like bullying them, and they didn't dare say boo to a goose.
I suddenly realised that by comparison, I was really confident. So it's all a matter of, circumstance. And if you find yourself thinking that you're not confident enough, or you're failing at something, you probably find out that you're actually doing a lot better than you think you are, and that actually there are a lot of people who are doing even worse. But I'm not sure that's a message to be sending, but I guess there are elements of that certainly helped me to find out that I wasn't the least confident person in the room. Yes, I suppose so, Paul. I was thinking, have you ever thought about being a tutor? Have I ever thought about being a tutor? I don't know, what, in confidence? I don't think I'm that confident enough to do that. No, it's just that that's what I was thinking. I'm doing this course so that it's another thing, another string to my bow, or whatever they say. Oh, really? I guess it's something you could do. Yeah, I was thinking of doing it in the taxi, driving about, not just bringing it up randomly with strangers, but, actually somebody rings and says, I like a taxi, but I'd also like to do some self-affirmation training during the ride. Really? Well, I guess you could suggest it. It seems a rather strange. And also, obviously, you've got to keep your eye on the road. Yes, Paul, yes. But I can look into the rearview mirror and see my reflection, and I can say, yes, Uncle John, you're a good-looking man. You've got a lot of positive energy, and you're a hero and a legend. Yeah, but you're going to be a teacher in this case. I don't think you'll need to tell yourself, how wonderful you are. Oh, there's never a day when you're not supposed to tell yourself that you love yourself. So, yeah, I mean, this would be in preparation before I picked up the customer. Well, if it works for you, but I guess you've got to get through the training and all that sort of thing. Yes. I was speaking to the magpies. They thought it was a good idea, so I think I'll go for it. Yeah, and also somehow I can work the photography in as well. Perhaps you could stand by the side of the road and take speed photos, catching sort of people who are speeding, and then you dob them into the police. Oh, Paul, I don't think that's ethical. Sorry, I was just thinking about driving and photography, and sorry, I'll shut up. I think you should, Paul. Dear, oh dear, I've never heard the like of it. Sorry. Yes. Well, let's not mention it again. We won't. All right, listeners. Bye-bye for now. Oh, yes. Bye-bye, listeners. If you'd like a taxi ride and some self-affirmation training at the same time, just let me know, all right? Yeah, I'm sure they will. It's Uncle John. Yes, I'm sure they will. Yeah. I don't know. Dear, oh dear.
No, I think that was a wonderful episode. Oh my God, there's nothing I like better is when another new episode of the Shy Life Podcast comes out. Oh, kitty Dee. Kitty. Oh, I love Dee.
If that slime ball alien lays a slimy tentacle on me, I'm gonna have a fit. That's right. Yeah. 586. 586.
586. This is just the weirdest thing I've ever heard.